A very warm welcome to all the new subscribers and lots of love and regards as always to all the existing ones. I hope everyone is doing well. And before I begin this audio, I want to say that I have edited my website and clients living in India continue to get all the readings at a 50% discount. So anyone guided to connect with me for a reading, please feel free to visit each section of my website. And in this audio, I will be discussing about the fact that all twin flames are actively clearing and healing from abandonment wounds. Now, there are two categories of people on earth. Category 1 would be those who face a negative experience in life, or they face a disappointment and then they allow that disappointment to become their reality. They become pessimistic, they start self-sabotaging and overanalyzing and overthinking and ruining their own prospects. And then there is category 2, people who do face disappointments in life, people who have been backstabbed perhaps by someone close to them. However, instead of becoming bitter and frustrated, they pause and they reflect as to why this happened to me and what is it that I did to allow this experience to occur in my life. In other words, these people understand from the experience, they take the learning and they tell themselves that it's okay, I'm human, we make mistakes, and going forward, I will be very careful not to repeat this mistake, and then they move on. And by 31st Jan 2023, this is a timeline that's closing for every twin flame and for every person on earth to make a conscious and final choice. The choice to step up or the choice to stay in lack. The choice to shift your timeline and ascend, or the choice to go on being in that energy of victimhood. Because those who use their free will to remain in victimhood, blame, shame, guilt, anger, bitterness, focusing only on their twin but refusing to heal the self, will unfortunately not manifest any kind of union, neither inner nor outer. And therefore, as a disclaimer, I'd like to request you to please make that final choice and choose wisely. I also want to say that the 144,000 twin flames on earth, they incarnate with a very specific purpose, with a very specific soul mission, and by 31st Jan 2023, all twin flames on earth will get to that state of inner union, having absolute clarity as to what their soul mission in this life is. And this is not an offhand claim, instead channeled guidance from my team of guides. I have never forced anyone to believe everything I share, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. Now, a major block that adults struggle with, especially in their twin flame journey, is the fear of being left out or the fear of abandonment. The best part about being a twin flame is that sooner or later, both twins acknowledge and heal this block by reflecting upon its origin, which is possible only through inner work and solo healing. And at this time, every real twin flame has made a clear choice to heal and not remain stuck in victimhood. Early childhood experiences are the biggest contributor to developing abandonment issues. An abandonment wound can be formed in a variety of unsuspecting or more obvious ways, such as birth trauma or being separated, the child being separated at birth from his or her mother, being dropped off to a boarding school when the child is feeling scared and doesn't want to leave, divorced parents, a sick parent, death of a parent, both parents constantly fighting within the household, one or both parents being absent in the early years, or growing up in an environment wherein it was not safe for you to express yourselves, or there was some kind of abuse, sexual abuse, or verbal insults. All of these experiences can form limiting beliefs in a child's brain, such as, I'm not lovable, or I have been abandoned, something must be wrong with me, the world isn't a safe place to live, I have to do everything alone, no one is there for me, I'm only lovable if I behave in a certain way, and so on. Abandonment wounds happen when a parent or caregiver does not provide the child with consistent, warm, or attentive interactions, leaving them feeling chronic stress and fear. The experiences that happen during a child's development will often continue into adulthood, and they show up in the adult life in the following ways. For example, giving too much too soon, or being eager to please and feel accepted, like people pleasing behaviors, or feeling jealous when you don't get attention from the one you love, extreme trouble trusting your partner's intentions, feeling insecure about yourself or the connection, having difficulty in feeling intimate, whether physically or emotionally, a desperate need to control or be controlled by your partner, and many a times being trauma bonded to karmic connections, thereby repeating a continuous cycle of attracting emotionally unavailable lovers or people or friends in your life who only use and abuse you. A fear of abandonment presents itself in people who need constant reassurance that they are loved. There is also a lot of anxiousness that occurs in individuals with abandonment wounds. And if this is not treated well, it could really lead to some very emotionally damaging behaviors and distorted traits. Now, how do you heal and break free from the fear of being abandoned? That is the key question here. While there are a lot of resources available on the internet and many therapists and counseling sessions and information available on internet, the first thing to understand is that you heal from an abandonment wound, or you heal from any damage by setting a strong intention that you have to let go of the unresolved trauma and not allow it to impact you going forward. You then allow yourself to grieve and over a period of time make peace with your hurtful past. This can take months and in some chronic cases, many years. So please do not rush as far as healing from an abandonment wound is concerned, because you have to first forgive yourself and your past from a place of understanding and not bitterness. Because till you keep feeling bitter, angry, jealous, vengeful, you will continue to be triggered the minute a past memory or a similar situation shows up in your life. A therapist or a counselor can spend one or a few sessions with you. Your real job, however, is to first rid the mind of all negativity and literally pledge to make your life better on every level. Your job is to stop engaging in drama and totally disconnect from abusive and low vibrational people, low vibrational situations. So, what you can do is to set yourself and give yourself a realistic timeline. For example, you tell yourself that starting today for the next 3 months, I dedicate myself fully to healing my abandonment wound. And then you get on with it. And you tell yourself that no matter what happens, I'm not going to allow my past to define who I am. Instead, I'm going to reverse the situation and shift my circumstances. But the one little word of caution that I would like to share with each one of you is that if you heal with an objective that you can live with your twin, I'm afraid you might be a little disappointed. If, however, you heal because you understand that you have to first heal your distorted traits because they sabotage your prospects in love, in life, and in relationships, without fretting over how your twin is going to heal, then the chances are that you're going to succeed with flying colors. And if and when that physical union and physical living together is supposed to manifest, it will manifest in its own time. So you heal for yourself and not to prove a point to anyone. And finally, you heal your abandonment wound by reminding yourself that people are not plotting to leave you or to find faults in you. You heal when you tell yourself that it's not your job to rescue others or worry about how they will heal. If someone has betrayed you or you have always been abused in relationships, do not assume that everyone is going to betray you or that you are unlucky in love, because how you speak and think of yourself becomes your reality. Instead of blaming others, please reflect upon your distorted traits. And it's okay, we are all humans. We can all go wrong sometimes. So there is nothing wrong in acknowledging that you could have one or two or more traits that are more towards the distorted side. Instead, you forgive yourself for the mistakes that you made and then get on with learning to set healthy boundaries. It's not a reading or a psychic that will tell you when you are going to get married or when a soulmate will enter your life. Instead, a 360-degree shift in your beliefs and how you feel about yourself, eliminating all those mind blocks that are stopping you from living the life you deserve. That is what is going to bring about a shift. So do all it takes to heal the wounded inner child instead of wondering when the right person will appear or how am I going to live with my twin flame? Because once you have healed on every level, you will automatically align yourself with positive outcomes, which includes a loving soulmate, that abundance, that job, that business, the profit, and whatever it is that you have been aiming to achieve in your life. So on that note, I hope this message helps someone out there. The only thing that you must do now is to make a conscious choice and move forward with your healing and improving yourself and finding joy on every level, because every person on earth deserves to lead a happy life. And on that note, guys, I end my message here, and I thank each one of you who takes out time to listen to me, for all your valuable comments, and have a lovely month ahead. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.